What is the biggest threat to European energy security?
Well, I think we have to distinguish between internal and external threats to energy security. Externally, probably one of the bigger issues is that we are highly dependent on imports. About 50% of the energy we consume are imported, and some EU member states are highly dependent, for example, on just one supplier. Internally, our problem is that the EU energy markets are highly fragmented, both physically, that means that there are no interconnection infrastructure between member states, but also politically, meaning that we have a lot of national laws and national system protecting national markets, which means that we don't have an integrated market.
And what should the European Union do to counteract these threats?
Well, externally, I think things that we have been talking a long time ago, so diversification from external suppliers, so building new routes. Something like this is happening already using the Southern Corridor. What's also should be helping is matching the negotiation power of a single big seller with more negotiation power of buyers, basically aggregating gas demand. This is something that, for example, the Eastern European member states could go for, so that they would jointly purchase gas. Internally, I think we have to go for an energy union. And for an energy union, one of the most important steps is to build more cross-border infrastructure. But sadly, we haven't seen a lot of progress on cross-border infrastructure in the last couple of years. And we have to understand that there are technical problems, obviously. There are problems when it comes to public resistance. But ultimately, building up cross-border infrastructure is a matter of trust. And because ultimately, you don't just export fuels or electricity through a connecting power line, you also export national policies. So you have to have some trust, some confidence that your neighbor will actually behave, let's say, normally over the next couple of years. And here we think to make some progress, some real progress here, is to go for regional initiatives so that member states would group together, align their national policies a bit. Maybe one example would be for regional targets for renewable energies, agree on a joint target, on a joint mechanism how to reach this target, and then automatically you would build more interconnection infrastructure because you would have confidence over what the neighboring member state would do over the next 10 to 15 years.
And in this context, what's the Spanish situation if we compare with the rest of European Union?
Well, in terms of gas, you have in Spain you have a different situation than, for example, in Eastern European member states. Eastern European member states are highly dependent on Gazprom for their gas supplies. Spain is not at all dependent on Gazprom. What's the problem for the Spanish situation or the Iberian Peninsula is that it's very isolated. There are no gas interconnectors to France, for example, and that the electricity interconnection is very, very weak. And progress has been very slow. Discussions have been ongoing for 10 to 15 years for a new interconnector between France and Spain, or no new electricity interconnector, but so far we haven't got there. Yeah.
Thank you.